Hello, good day everyone.
Good day din po, Sir Deliera.
Okay, sige po. So are you ready to learn in math today?
Yes po.
Okay, so our topic for today is about quadratic equation. So any idea what is quadratic equation?
Quadratic is equation po is squared po yung exponent.
Yan, very good. So when we say quadratic equation, the exponent of a variable is squared or nasa second degree equation po siya. Okay, so for the further discussion about quadratic equation, let's just have a short recap first about linear equation. Okay, let us recall. So what is a linear equation?
Linear equation po is 1 po yung exponent.
Yan, very good. So when we say linear equation, the exponent is 1 or it is a first degree equation. So when we say linear equation is a first degree equation or tama nga yung sinabi ninyo, the exponent is 1. So for our activity number 1, we have to determine whether the following equations are linear or not. Example number 1. We have x plus 3 equals 7. Is it a linear equation or not?
Linear po.
So why is it that masasabi po siyang linear equation?
Po yung because po yung first degree is 1.
Okay, 1 po yung exponent ng first term or ng variable na x. So therefore, masasabi po siyang linear equation. So example number 2, we have 2x plus y equals 8. Is it linear or not?
Linear po.
Yan. So very good linear equation because what is the exponent of the variable x? 1. Very good. Nasa first degree po yung equation na yan. Ibig sabihin po linear equation po siya. And example number 3, we have 7a minus 1 equals 10.
Linear po.
Yan, very good. Linear din po because our variable a here is understood merong exponent na 1 or nasa first degree din po siya. Okay po. How about sa example number 4? 3a plus 4b minus c equals 0. The exponent of the variable a here. 1. Understood. There is 1 the exponent po. How about in the variable b or in the second term? What is the exponent of b? Okay? So 1 yung exponent, ibig sabihin po nasa first degree siya. When you say first degree, linear equation din po yung example number 4. Okay? So linear din po siya. How about sa example number 5? So we have x squared plus 2x plus 1 equals 0. Is it linear or not?
Quadratic po.
Yan, very good. It is. How do we know that the equation number 5 is a quadratic equation?
Kasi po yung squared po yung exponent.
Yan, very good because squared yung exponent ng variable x dito or the highest degree is squared. So therefore, masasabi po siyang quadratic. Okay, the first 4 examples are called linear equation. And then for the 5th example po, it is called quadratic equation. So our topic for today po is about quadratic equation. Side, we have here, what is a quadratic equation? Okay, nasagutan na natin kanina po. A quadratic equation is a second degree equation and it is given by its standard form ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, where a, b, and c are real numbers and a is not equal to 0. The question is, so what is the standard form of a quadratic equation? Anyone?
The standard form of a quadratic equation is ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0.
Okay, very good. So the standard form of a quadratic equation is given by ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Very good. So how many terms are there in the standard form?
3 terms.
Okay, very good. There are 3 terms in the standard form. So our first term is ax squared. Okay, or in the second degree. Our second term is positive bx po. And our third term is c or whole number po. Yan palagi yung c where a, b, and c are real numbers and a is not equal to 0. It is okay that the second term, which is bx, or the third term, which is c, should be equal to 0, but not in the first term. Or we have here the examples for the standard form of a quadratic equation. So we have example number 1, we have 9x squared minus 4x plus 2 equals 0. Standard form or not?
Standard form.
Okay, standard form. So bakit? Again po, what is the standard form of a quadratic equation?
X squared plus bx plus c is equal 0.
Okay, equals 0. So the standard form is given by ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Okay, our first term here in the standard form is merong exponent na squared. So in our given equation po dito, so our first term is 9x squared. So tama po. And for our second term, okay, so bx, which is meron siyang understood exponent na 1 po dito. And then for our second term here,
Is 4x.
yeah, 4x, and the given equation is negative 4x. And our third term here in the standard form is c, or it is called the whole number.
Number.
Yeah, and our last term here in
Is
example number 1 is 2. Okay, so therefore, standard form po siya already. And dapat po sa standard form palaging equal sa 0.
0.
Okay po? So, dali.
Yes.
It is in the standard form already. So, what is the value of a here in the equation?
9.
Yan, very good. Our a is 9. So, wag na po natin isama yung x squared. Palagi po na numbers lang yung kukunin po natin. How about the value of b?
4.
Oops, may nakalimutan po tayo. It's not just 4, but one will say negative 4. Okay, sulat natin negative 4 po. Okay, wag mo natin palagi kalimutan yung negative 4. Okay, so how about the value of c?
2 po.
Okay, 2, very good, positive 2. Palagi po na ang value ng c po natin ay yung whole number na nasa equation. Okay, so any question about sa example number 1?
Wala po.
Kung wala ng question, proceed tayo sa example number 2. We have example number 2, we have here 2x squared equals 7x minus 6. But the question is it quadratic equation or not? What is the highest degree here? Or what is the highest exponent here?
Squared po.
When we say exponent, yung squared lang, wag na natin isama yung 2x. Okay? Because squared, yung exponent niya, ibig sabihin po, quadratic equation po siya. Is it standard form or not? Standard form, di ba?
Yes po.
Yan. So, hindi siya standard form. So, we need to change this equation first into standard form. So, how do we change this equation into standard form? Okay, so to express the quadratic equation in its standard form, ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, you can apply properties of equality or yung palagi natin ginagawa po, the transposition method na lang. We have here the given 2x squared equals 7x minus 6. So to make it as a standard form, so ano po yung i-transpose natin?
Yung copy po yung first term, 2x squared.
Yan. So we have to copy the first term, which is 2x squared here. So what else? What's the next step?
Minus yung second term po.
Okay. Ano po ang gagawin?
2x squared minus 7x.
Okay.
Then yung last term is negative 6.
Okay. So i-transpose po natin. Pag nag-transpose tayo kasi dapat, di ba po, sa standard form palaging equal sa 0, and then dapat yung number na after ng equal ay 0 lang po dapat, and then lahat ng numbers, kahit may variables pa yan, may whole number pa yan, ay dapat sa left side ng equal. So ito po, 7x, i-transpose natin or itawid natin sa kabila ng equals. Pag positive po siya, palagi po i-change natin yung sign, magiging negative.
Negative.
Very good. And then dito po sa negative 6, which is the whole number, itawid natin sa kabila ng equals or ilipat natin sa left side ng equals po, magiging positive po siya. And then palagi po sa standard form, palagi equal sa 0 po dapat. Any question po?
Wala po.
Okay. So is it standard form already or not po? Okay, very good. Standard form na po siya. So if it is standard form, so what is the value of A?
2.
Very good. 2. How about the value of B?
7 po.
Oops, may nakalimutan tayo. Palagi huwag kalimutan yung sign. So what is the value of B?
-7.
Very good. -7. How about the value of C?
6.
Yan, +6. Palagi yung A is yung coefficient ng first term, which is 2x squared. Palagi yung B is yung coefficient ng second term, which is the linear term, which is -7x. So yung numbers lang po yung kukunin natin. And then yung C naman po ay palagi yung whole number, which is 6. Any question po about sa example number 2?
Wala po.
Okay, kung wala ng question po, let's proceed sa example number 3. Okay? So, di ba po, yung standard form po natin is given by ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. So, for the example number 3, x squared minus 4x equals 12. Is it quadratic or not?
Quadratic po.
Okay, very good, quadratic. So, how do we know that this equation is a quadratic equation?
Dahil po yung exponent niya ay squared.
Okay, very good po. Because the exponent is squared or in the second degree. Okay po, standard form or not?
Hindi po.
Okay, hindi siya standard form kasi po sa standard form, anong number yung after ng equal palagi?
0 po.
0, pero dito yung after ng equals po ay 12. So ano po gagawin natin sa 12?
Transpose po.
Okay, let's transpose positive 12 to the other side. If it is positive, ano po mangyayari sa kanya pag i-transpose?
Po.
Negative. Okay, solution po. Ayan. So kasi po, 'di ba, sa after ng equals ay palaging equal sa 0, pag ang positive 12 i-transpose, magiging negative po. Naintindihan po ba?
Yes po, sir.
Okay, kung nagets po, the question is it standard form na po or hindi pa?
Standard form po.
Okay, standard form. So if it is standard form already, so what is the value of A?
1.
Very good, 1. Saan galing yung 1? Understood na yung
Understood
x
na po.
squared, very good, is merong coefficient na 1 dyan. So dahil 1 na lang, so hindi na po yan dapat ilalagay. So our A is 1. How about the value of B?
-4.
Okay, -4. Very good. How about the value of C?
-12.
Okay, -12. Yan. So any question po about sa example number 3?
Wala po, sir.
Okay, kung wala ng question, manikma proceed to example number 4. Our standard form is given by ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Di ba po? So dapat i-memorize na po natin yan. Kasi 3 terms lang po yan. Konti lang po. Memorize yan. So example number 4. So we have x squared equals -8x. Is it quadratic equation or not?
Hindi po.
So bakit hindi? So bakit hindi quadratic? So is it quadratic or not?
Quadratic pala po.
So quadratic. So bakit quadratic? So how do we know that this equation is a quadratic equation?
Kasi po yung squared po.
Yan, kasi po mayroong squared na exponent. Okay po? Hindi lahat ng mayroong squared na exponent is quadratic. Pero pag may kasama po siyang exponent dyan sa equation na cube or na may 4, okay, na exponent kahit may squared pa siya, hindi po siya quadratic. Basta po yung pinakamataas na exponent is squared, quadratic po yung tawag. Okay? So, obviously po, hindi po siya standard form, di ba? So, to make it a standard form po, ano po gagawin natin?
Transpose ulit po.
Yan. We have to transpose -8 to the other side because ano nga po yung after ng equals na number sa standard form?
0 po.
O 0 po dapat. Pag i-transpose natin yung -8, ano po mangyari?
X squared minus 8x.
Pag i-transpose natin yung negative, ano po mangyari?
Magiging ano po siya?
Magiging
Yung negative 8x po, magiging second term po.
And then, ano mangyari sa sign?
Copy po, positive.
Yan, very good. So magiging x squared plus 8x equals 0. So dito po sa x squared plus 8x equals 0. So how many terms are there?
2.
Okay, we have two terms here. We have the first term x squared and the second term is 8x. So anong letter po yung nawala?
C.
Okay, C. Di ba? So, ibig sabihin po, kasi two terms lang, hindi po siya naka-standard form. So, ibig sabihin, incomplete quadratic equation po yung tawag sa kanya. Basta po yung equation na naka-standard form or three terms, complete quadratic equation yung tawag. And then, when we say two terms lang, hindi naka-standard form, incomplete po siya. Okay?
Okay po.
Sige, dali. What is the value of A here in the equation?
1.
Okay, 1. Very good. Understood that the coefficient of x squared is 1. So, hindi na po nilalagay kasi 1 na lang. So, A is 1. How about the value of B?
Po.
Tama po, positive 8. So, how about the value of C?
Undefined.
So, dahil wala tayong C dito or wala tayong whole number, sige, lagyan na lang natin 0 po yung C palagi. Basta siya yung nawawala, lagay na lang natin 0 palagi. Hindi po na yung 0 is galing dito sa after na equals, hindi po siya. Okay? Basta siya yung nawala po, lagyan na lang natin ng 0. Okay?
Yes po.
Okay, so any question about sa example number 4?
Wala po.
Kung walang question, ayan, let's proceed sa example number 5. And for the example number 5, we have here negative 11 equals 9x squared. So, equation po siya, but hindi po siya standard form. So, ano po ang gagawin natin to make it as a standard form po?
Transpose po.
Transpose. We have to transpose 9x squared to the other side, to the left side of the equal sign. So, if it is positive 9x squared, ano po mangyari sa kanya?
Squared po.
Yan, very good. Magiging negative 9x squared. And then we have to bring down negative 11 because hindi naman po siya natin transpose. Andyan pa rin po siya sa pwesto niya sa left side ng equals. Di ba po? So, ayan. So, we have negative 9x squared minus 11 equals 0. Okay? So, hindi po pwede na yung coefficient ng first term or dito po negative, hindi po pwede yun. Hindi pa po final yun. So, dapat po gawin muna nating positive yung 9. Ano po gagawin po? And then we have to multiply negative 1 both sides po. Yung purpose kung bakit i-multiply natin sa negative 1 both sides kasi po para maging positive yung first term po natin dito which is negative 9. By negative 1 times negative 9, what's the answer po?
Positive 9.
Very good. Positive 9. How about negative 1 times negative 11?
Positive 11 po.
Tama po. How about 0 times negative 1?
Equals 0 po.
Okay, any number squared plus 11 equals 0. Or kahit hindi natin i-multiply sa 1, baliktarin lang po natin yung sign. Okay? Pag negative po siya, negative 9, gawin natin positive. Negative 11, gawin natin positive 11. So, ayan po, 9x squared plus 11 equals 0. Is it complete quadratic equation or incomplete?
Incomplete po.
Okay, incomplete because we have two terms here in the equation. But how many terms are there para sabihin natin complete quadratic equation?
3 po.
Okay, 3 terms. Or naka-standard form po siya dapat. So, dito po, kasi final na po siya. So, what is the value of A?
9 po.
Very good. 9. How about the value of B?
11.
Or wala po? Yeah. Okay, wala. Kung wala po siyang B, so ano po ilalagay natin sa value ng B?
0 po.
Very good. 0. How about the value of C?
11 po, sir.
Okay, 11. Very good. So any question po about sa example number 5?
Wala na po.
So kung wala ng question, proceed po tayo sa example number 6. X times x minus 2 equals 0. Is it quadratic or not?
Hindi po namin alam po, sir.
Bakit po?
Kasi hindi pa po nakasimplify po.
Ayan, so hindi pa natin alam kasi hindi pa siya nakasimplify. O tama naman po. So yung gagawin natin po ay i-simplify muna natin or gagawin muna natin standard form. So dito po, 3x here. And then sabi natin kanina po, x times x is equal to x squared. And then positive x times negative 2 is equal to negative 2x.
2x.
Okay? And then palagi po, basta sa standard form, palaging equal sa 0.
0 po.
Okay? So, x plus x squared minus 2x equals 0. Is it standard form or not?
Hindi po.
Okay, hindi pa po siya standard form. So, bakit?
Kasi po yung first term and second term po.
Ay, o nagkabaliktad po sila, di ba? Kasi dapat po yung first term natin ay yung merong pinakamataas na exponent, which is squared. So, x squared po yan dyan. So, we have to bring down first x squared. Okay? And then, we have to combine like terms here. So, what are the like terms here in the equation po?
3x and 2x po.
Yan, very good. 3x and 2x. So, we have to combine like terms. Okay? So, we have x equals 1 po. Understood na may 1 na po yan dyan sa katabi ng x na second term. Any question po about sa example number 8?
Wala po.
Kung wala ng question, so what is the value of a here in the equation?
1.
Very good. 1 galing po dito sa coefficient ng x squared, which is understood merong 1 po dyan. How about the value of b?
0 po.
Very good. 1. Do we have the whole number here or wala po?
Wala po.
Kung walang whole number, so what is the value of c?
0.
Very good. 0 po yung value ng c. So, any question po about sa example number 8?
Wala po.
Kung wala ng question, proceed po tayo sa next. So, dyan, sa last example po, we have 3x times x plus 1 minus 7x times x plus 2 equals 6. Okay, so is it quadratic equation or not?
Hindi ko pa po alam, sir.
So, bakit hindi pa alam?
Hindi pa po nakasimplify, sir.
Okay, kasi tama naman po, hindi pa siya nakasimplify. So all we need to do po is to simplify first our equation. Okay, we have to make this equation into standard form kung pwede po siya maging standard form. Okay, so dito po unahin natin yung 3x times x. Okay po. So 3x times x, what's the answer po?
3x squared po.
Okay, very good. 3x squared. How about sa 3x times 1?
Positive 3 po.
Oh, oops, may nakalimutan tayo. 3x times 1.
Positive 3x po.
Okay, very good. Positive 3x. Next, dito po tayo sa kabila po. We have negative 7 times x. Negative 7x times x.
Negative 7x squared po.
Very good. So we have negative 7x squared because negative times positive, the answer is?
Negative po.
Negative. Okay? And then sa kabila po, ubusin natin lahat ng nasa loob ng parentheses. Okay? I-distribute po natin. So negative 7x times positive 2. What's the answer po?
Negative 14x po.
Okay, very good. Negative 14x because negative times positive, the answer is negative. And then palagi sa standard form, ano nga po yung after ng equals?
0 po.
0, pero dito po, ano yung after ng equals dito?
6.
6. Ano gagawin natin sa 6?
Ang 0, sir?
Yan, palitan ng 0, pero saan natin dadalhin yung 6? I-transpose to the other side po. If it is positive 6, ano mangyari sa kanya? Magiging negative po. Okay, transpose lang natin yung 6 na yan kasi dapat after ng equals ay 0 po eh. So dahil positive 6 yung after ng equals, i-transpose natin siya sa kabila ng equals sa left side and then palagi po ay equal 0 po yan dyan. Okay po?
Okay.
Okay, sige. Next, we have to combine like terms here in the equation po natin dito. So what are the like terms here?
3x squared and negative 7.
Okay,
and
tama.
Negative 7x squared po.
Okay, 3x squared and negative 7x squared. So copy po natin. 3x squared and then negative 7x squared. How about aside from 3x squared and negative 6x squared, what else po? Yung like terms here.
Positive 3x
Tama
and
po.
negative 14x.
Okay, and negative 14x. Tama. So, i-combine po natin yan. Pagsamahin natin. Okay? So, positive 3x and then copy natin yung negative 14x. Okay? Bring down natin yung negative 6 kasi wala naman siyang ka-like term kasi nag-iisang whole number lang po siya. And then, palagi po, equal sa 0. Ayan. So, what's the next step po after nito? Like terms, sabi natin kanina. So, ito po yung mga like terms. So, 3x squared minus 7x squared. What's the answer po? 3x
Negative.
squared. Tama.
Negative 4x squared po.
Tama po. So, we have negative 4x squared. Hayaan muna natin yung variables at saka exponent. Yung isolve natin is yung numbers lang. Mga
Yes,
coefficient lang po nila. So, 3 minus 7 is negative 4. So, we have to copy x squared.
Yes,
How about
po.
dito po sa another like terms na 3x minus 14x?
Negative 11x po.
Okay, tama po. Negative 11x. Kasi po, i-copy lang natin yung variable which is x and then yung numbers lang po, isolve natin na 3 minus 14. Okay? Kaya po magiging negative 11x. We have to bring down negative 6 po and then equal 0. So
Yes,
is
po.
it final or hindi pa po?
Hindi pa po kasi
So,
negative po yung first term.
Okay, tama. Kasi negative yung first term, which is negative 4, ibig sabihin hindi pa po siya final. So to make the first term positive, ano po gagawin natin?
Multiply both sides.
Okay, multiply both sides by what number?
1. Negative 1.
Okay, very good. So we have to multiply both sides, okay, by negative 1. Yung purpose kung bakit i-multiply sa negative 1, kasi nga po, para maging positive yung first term natin, which is negative 4. Kasi dapat yung coefficient ng x squared ay palaging positive. Okay lang na yung second term or yung third term ay magiging negative, basta hindi pwede na yung first term ay merong negative. Okay? So negative 1 times negative 4, what's the answer po?
Positive 4 po.
Ayan, so copy natin, positive 4x squared. How about negative 1 times negative 11?
Positive 11 po.
Okay, positive 11x. How about negative 1 times negative 6?
Positive 6.
Tama.
Positive 6.
Okay, positive 6. Okay. And then 0 times negative 1, what's the answer?
0 po.
Okay, 0. So, is it final or not?
Final po.
Standard form or not?
Standard form.
Okay, if it is standard form, so what is the value of A?
4.
Okay, 4. Very good. How about the value of B?
11 po.
Tama, positive 11. How about the value of C?
6.
Okay, positive 6. Any question po about sa example number 9?
Wala po.
Kung wala ng question po,